So I've been trying to figure out this phenomenon with relationships between men and women, where it does seem like sometimes when things are good, there's like I believe we're batteries to each other, like a battery, and when things are good, energetically, you're living in a really healing, restorative energy. Like life feels very heavenly. Um, Not to be all like cookie cutter housewife, but truly like when you're just like cooking, cleaning, like going about the home, like doing the things that like women are good at, decorating, things of beauty and love and nature and nurturing and taking care of animals and whatnot. It seems like it's very much like the battery is 100% like working. The energy is like all for that. Like there's unlimited energy. And then what's great about that is your health is great and your sleep is great. Your health is great and your sleep is great when the battery is working together. But I notice a phenomenon because we know the nature of men right now is very dicey, especially because there's all this imposition. There's like a pride and ego, a lustful nature, type of energy siphoning on their end. There's all this temptation. There, you can open your phone and you can sin immediately if you open your phone. And what happens is and I've been like focusing on this for a couple years because it's like, how come sometimes when things are like in alignment, the energy is like unstoppable? It's really good. It's very heavenly. Like life feels very heavenly. But then there's a phenomenon where if something happens to the male's energy where it's influenced, impositioned, tempted, and it goes into a negative sense, the female gets drained. I noticed that I'm getting drained. And it started with um understanding like my boyfriend at the time. He had this like cult that he was a part of, and it was like we'd be together and everything would be fine, and then all of a sudden the cult would have like an agenda, and then he would go back to the cult and into that agenda, and my energy would be just completely drained. Like I would be completely siphoned. And it got weird to where even when we weren't together, I was like, what are you doing? Because I'm here experiencing like my energy being completely depleted, right? I'm not talking, we're just going about, we don't live together. I'm not talking to him, but my energy will just be like completely depleted, stomped on, crapped on. And I used to think for a moment at a time that it was something like with my health, or like it was me. It was like I need to take a vitamin, I need to detox or whatever. But I'm learning that it's more than that. It's the battery that is the man and the woman in a relationship. So it seems like the whole internet is trying to figure out like what's wrong with men. Like all women are trying to figure out like what's wrong with men, because when they open their phone, they can immediately leak your energy and they can give it to other women. It's like they're taking it from you, right? From the battery that you share. If you're bonded to each other, if you're married in the spirit, you're bonded to each other. And then when the man starts to cheat, or he starts to give adoration, energy, he feels like he has some kind of obligation to other women or other cults or other groups. He starts to drain the energy from the female. This is just what I'm observing. So I find this video on Instagram. It's the leaking spirit. This is why, if you're bonded to a man and he's going in and giving adoration energy, liking other chicks' photos, he's in their DMs, if he's on other dating apps, if he's playing the field, he's leaking your energy. It's like he's eating all of your energy and then he's feeding it to other females who don't deserve it. So it's a phenomenon that I've been noticing for a long time. And I was never quiet about it because I knew there was something to it. I knew that there was something to this. And so, it even got to the point where one time it was like, what are you doing like right now? It's like, because I can feel my energy being completely desecrated. What is going on? And then on the other side, it's like this is probably likely what perfect health and heaven on earth is like. It's when the man and the woman is in perfect harmony and the man is not cheating, he's not giving his energy and his adoration to anyone else. It's like the battery is just kept full for the two that are, spiritually married or bonded together. And then I think this is why a lot of us date narcissists. It's for them to learn to not do this. Like they definitely don't know this is happening. And they're definitely triggered when you point it out. And they're definitely triggered by the circumstance, because truth is, you cannot be bonded to another human being and then them go out and leak and feed all of your energy to everyone else. And on a bigger spectrum, so like I'm being shown this just on like a one-on-one basis. On a world basis, we're all being siphoned by this archonic energy, by this negative AI, by all this sin, all this temptation, all this negativity. We're all being siphoned from. So I think this is why there's a spiritual segregation that's happened, because you can't go to work. For example, you can't go to work and deal with the general public when the general public, I'm not in this predicament. God brought me out of this. But yeah, dealing with the general public, yeah, people suck the life out of you if you're dealing with the general public. If your economic community is not spiritually protected, I'm lucky. My economic community is spiritually protected, but it's on like different scales, it's on different levels. This is the archonic energy. It's a type of feeding. They're feeding off of us. So we cannot coexist. We cannot be bonded to people who give our energy to other people. When it is coveted and made for the battery that the two are bonded together, the household, the situation, the lifestyle that they have together, one of them cannot be out there leaking your energy. So I posted a video about this, and there was a woman who was like a Christian, and she's like, my husband's a pastor and he talks and ministers to women. And so she was saying how, like, I don't agree with this. And I was like, well, if you're drained, that's a bad sign. If your energy is being drained because your husband, the pastor, is ministering to other women, I'm like, yeah, and you're being drained, that's a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. Not a good thing. In fact, there are pastors who choose to not minister to women. They say, you can go to my wife and she'll minister to you. So it's not jealousy, it's not control, it's literally just energy, healthcare, like health, and the protection of love and the family unit. We cannot be leaking our energy out to other people. We cannot keep doing this. We cannot keep allowing people to do this to us. This is not sustainable, right? We're trying to create a world that's more sustainable. We're wondering why our energy is siphoned in the way that it is, because nobody should be siphoning your energy. If you're dealing with the general public and it's not a good situation, you probably need to get into a better situation. If your relationship, you're drained in the relationship, if it's not energizing and it's not feeling like heaven on earth, somebody is draining somebody on one side. And this is just the world we live in right now. It won't be forever. So, all that being said, in the future, I don't think we will have any of this kind of imposition because, like I said, it's not sustainable. This type of archonic feeding is not sustainable. I think it will take an act of God to finally put an end to it, whether that be the internet going down, an economic reset, or, who knows what. But this is not sustainable. We cannot continue on this way. And I think we all have experience with this. And it's for you to understand there was virtually never anything wrong with you, but the people that you're bonded and connecting to, creating a battery, and then somebody is feeding other people your energy on the other end. And we can't have this, right? We're finding the context to the phenomenon that we're experiencing. Why is one spouse in a relationship completely drained and the other seemingly isn't? Because they're feeding their spouse's energy to other people. And then I think this is the only way God would have had it. Instead of being, ultra paranoid and controlling, all you have to do is look at your own energy. Why am I being depleted? What are you doing? What's happening right now? How come I was energized and now I'm depleted? What is going on? What are you doing when I'm not around? And if they can't be honest with you, then you just need to get away from them and God will take care of it. He'll take care of it. This is the phenomenon that we're actually experiencing. Grimm said he never cheated on a woman. Did I block you on Facebook? Oh, I need to undo that. I don't even know your name on there. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then he feels that way about his ex. Yeah, so it definitely goes with both genders. Nobody should be feeding your energy to anybody else. They don't deserve you. You don't need to be in that relationship. And it's interesting how when things are good, it's like you feel superhuman. You feel like this is heaven on earth. And then why is it like dashed against the rocks when they go out and do on their free will whatever temptation they're brought and they take, and they're taking the energy from you? Oh, okay, I will look for that and I'll unblock you. Alrighty, well, that's it for now. Check you later. Have a beautiful night. Remember, everything is everybody's business.